And welcome back to In the Can. We're going to start talking about movies today. This is the first day of the Sundance Film Festival, and Tolga Karacelik is with me. Did I get the name right?
That's okay.
I'm very excited because you are representing the only Turkish film in the festival. In fact, you were telling me before we came that this is only the second film from Turkey that has ever made it into the festival.
Yes, that's as far as I know.
Yeah, well, we're very excited to have you. Thank you for being here. The film is called Ivy.
That's right.
And it will be in the World Dramatic section. And you know, we were talking about this before, but this category at the Sundance Film Festival is renowned for really talking about the human condition. Great character pieces. Some of the best films that have ever come out of Sundance have come out of this category. And your film seems to fit perfectly in this niche, to where the premise of the story, and I'll let you talk about it, you basically have 6 people trapped on a boat off the coast of Egypt, and the film is really about that interaction and some interesting goings-on that cause some interesting story plots.
The film is about, well, basically the movie story is about like this. So a ship owner goes bankrupt, and while they are going to their loading ports, they just learn that the ship owner is bankrupt.
So the ship's coming from Turkey to Egypt,
to the loading port. So they take it to they put a lien on the ship. The bankers put a lien on the ship. So they stay in a God-forgotten port, anchorage area, for more than 100 days. And regarding to the sea safety regulations, 6 people has to stay on the ship, 1 from kitchen, 2 able seamen, 1 seaman, and 1 from the officers, and 1 from missionary. So 5 people plus the captain stays on the ship for more than 100 days, where there's no food, they don't get their salaries paid, so it's there kind of like, and the tension rises up from there. So it's kind of like about, to be honest with you, my main line while I was writing the story was, what are the means does the head of the hierarchy they mean to take when they're not needed anymore? So if a ship is not moving, then we cannot call it a ship. So what do we do with the captain then? So these 5 guys who does not want to go back to Istanbul or go back, got no place to go back to, are okay to stay on the ship. And so they're the kind of, let's say that they're the lowest moral-wise people on the ship, who doesn't want to go back. So the captain has to continue the status quo in that ship. And it continues, the story, main story is like this.
And you know, I can't imagine the challenges that you faced in filming this. I know that you wrote this, you produced it, you directed it, but how did you find a set? I mean, you shot this whole thing on a ship.
Yes, that's right.
So what kind of ship were you looking for?
Well, to be honest with you, we found this bulk carrier. They're called 25,000 deadweight. I don't know if it gives you any idea, but I'm so much into these shipping terms. From actually when I was a child, I was raised amongst the captains and sea people. So it is kind of like, let's say, 150 meter length. Well, meter doesn't mean you anything also, right? It's 150 meters long, so it's a really long and big ship. And well, I found that ship. That's the only set that we had. It's all takes in one location. So I had the benefits, and I had, of course, disadvantages of shooting in a ship, because it's really hard to take your equipment there. We stayed on the ship, and to be honest with you, as a director, I felt less stressed than my first film, Tollbooth, because while you're running around amongst the locations, you don't want to miss anything. But shooting in one location and knowing that you can come back the other day is less stressful, to be honest with you. Our crew members were fishing between the breaks, so we ate the fish that we caught also. The actors got well and well towards the end of the shooting about fishing. I don't know about their acting towards the end of the movie.
Very, very method for your actors. I mean, if you're going to keep them isolated on a ship, you know, filming a film about being isolated on a ship. We've got a quick clip. Let's take a look at it.
All right.
This is Ivy. I guess that seems to be the theme, and we're just trying to cheer you up. And
Yeah.
there's no cheering up, right? You know, the fact that you had your entire crew, you had your 6 actors, all on the ship. How intense was the shooting schedule? I understand that you shot this thing in less than 3 weeks.
That's right. I had to because of my budget.
Yeah.
And it was really luck of finding the ship and etc. But other than productions things, actually I want to talk about a little bit about the clip because that's the, well, while I was making these 6 characters, I had the chance for them to represent some people on the ship also. And for me, ship is, while I was writing this, I was always thinking about the power struggle. For example, this Nadir Sarıbacak's character, Cenk, is from Adana, and he is wearing this Adana Demirspor outfit all the time, which is known as kind of like a, how can I say, against the authority always, kind of like a football team in Turkey. Right. And we have a guy who's really religious, who's doing his prayers 5 times a day. We have a Kurd who becomes a ghost. That the guy that you had seen, who's always dangerous, let's go silent danger to the, but he's still, people don't know if he exists or doesn't exist. He doesn't speak from the beginning to the end. And so we have all different characters whom you can see in every ship actually, which I did travel a lot to see what characters do exist in ships like that. Right. So when we come to the shooting, it was quite intense to shoot in a ship. I sometimes, occasionally created that suspense, but other than that, actually, it was like really relaxed set. Other than some scenes, which I intended to create this.
Yeah, and it would seem that a lot of that conflict would come up organically as well. Well, we're very excited about it. Again, it's in the World Dramatic Competition category, which you know, lends itself to some great human interest stories. The film is Ivy. Tolga, thanks for being here. Good luck with the film. It premieres on the 26th. Check your local program, and you can find out we're going to be at the Egyptian on the 26th for the premiere. More in the can after this. Stay tuned.